Hola y bienvenidos a Capítulo 11. Welcome to Chapter 11. Today, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite parts of speech. Now remember, a part of speech is just a fancy term for a category of words. These are words that make sentences super interesting because they tell you more about nouns. When we talk about language, we say that a word tells you more about another word. We say that it modifies it. It changes it. Usually it makes it way more interesting. So an adjective is a word, a part of speech, that modifies or tells you more about a noun. Today we are going to be talking about some adjectives in Spanish, and I think you'll really like what you can do with them because they make your sentences so much more interesting. So first of all, let's talk about what adjectives do. They answer questions like, what kind, or which one, or how many. So like if I told you, I'd like a book. Can you get me a book for Christmas, for my birthday? Can you get me un libro? You might go out and get me the best libro you could possibly find, right? It's like just so great and interesting. And it's all about economics and political interactions between tribes in 8th century feudal Vietnam. And you just think this is the most interesting book ever. And you bring it back, and I look at it, and I'm like, I wanted a coloring book. Well, I should have used an adjective. I should have told you that I wanted a coloring book, not just a book. A coloring book. I should have told you what kind. Maybe I should have even told you which one. A purple coloring book. Or the purple coloring book. I could have used a definite article and made it even more specific. The purple coloring book. But no, I did not use adjectives. I did not use articles, and now I have a really boring book I've got to read. Although, you know what, I'm sure it'll be interesting and I'll learn something. So, adjectives can also tell us how many. I would like 5 books. In that place, 5 tells you how many books. It's working like an adjective. It's modifying or telling you more about the noun. So it's working like an adjective. Now, adjectives, not so hard, right? You just pick a describing word that fits the thing you want to describe. Not a big deal in English. In Spanish, it's a little trickier because remember how I said that words in Spanish are like that perfectly matched living room where the lamps have the same lamp shades and the pictures all have the same frames and it's all like everything coordinates? Well, words in Spanish are like that. So just like an article has to match the noun. So you have to say la chica or la niña, the girl, and you have to use the form of the that goes with it. You have to match your adjectives to your nouns too. So let's look at this. Let's try the words hombre and mujer. Hombre, that's a man, and mujer, woman. Let's say we have un hombre and una mujer que son altos. They're tall. We want to say we have a tall man. In English, we would put the word tall right here in front of the word hombre. In Spanish, you don't describe a noun until you've got a noun to describe. So first you say hombre, then you tell me what the hombre is like. You don't start listing adjectives before you say your nouns. Then you'd be like, what if you got cut off in the middle of your sentence and you were like, oh, I was walking down the street and I saw a big, tall, ugly, scary, upside down, disgusting, blood-curdling, and then you fell over because you were so scared. They wouldn't know what you had seen. They would think that there was some scary monster out there, and they wouldn't know that the noun that you were describing was cricket. And that you saw a cricket and you were just really scared of crickets. And then the whole town would come out and they'd go looking for the monster you had seen because all of your adjectives told them something, but they didn't know what your adjectives were telling them about. Spanish, on the other hand, gives you your noun first and then your adjectives. So in Spanish, you would say, there was a cricket that was blah, 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 blah. So everybody knows what you're describing while you describe it. So let's say that our man is tall. Hombre alto. See this O on the end of the word? That's the masculine singular ending on the adjective. Because we have a masculine singular noun, we stick an O on the end of our adjective. Let's look at mujer. Mujer. Yo soy una mujer. Means woman. Mujer. Mujer isn't going to be alto because this word only matches a masculine singular noun. And this is a feminine singular noun. So our mujer is going to be alta. She's going to have a feminine singular ending on the adjective. Mujer alta. Let's look at some more words. How about chicos, boys? Masculine or feminine? Masculine. Singular or plural? Plural. More than one. Boy. Chicos. It's another word like niños. In fact, I'll put niños up there because you've learned it. What do we want to say about our boys? How about that they're short? Maybe they're in kindergarten. Niños ba. Now, when we list this word, bajo, we learn bajo, baja, bajos, bajas. What do you think goes with niños? Niños bajas? Niños bajos. So you're going to have the masculine plural ending, not bajas, with the feminine plural ending, to go with niños. A really easy trick is, if your noun ends in an A or an O and an S, just make sure the last two letters or the last letter match. That's what this is all about, matching your adjectives with your nouns. But what would you do, say, if it wasn't so obvious what the gender of your noun was? Like, maybe taza. Cup. Is it a girl cup or a boy cup? Well, remember, words that aren't naturally, things that aren't naturally either a boy or a girl, like a cup, a taza, they have an assigned gender. So we know that it's la taza, because we know that it's la taza, and that la is the article that goes with it. We know that since la is our singular feminine article, taza must be singular and feminine. It helps that it ends in an A. But there's some words that don't. What if I want to say the blue cup? La taza, should it be la azul taza? We put that noun first and then we put our adjectives. La taza azula? Should you say azula? No. No, and here's why. If your adjective does not end in O or A, you don't have to worry about its gender. Even though we can't have gender-neutral nouns, nouns with no gender, we can have adjectives with no gender. And azul is one of them. So is verde. But what if you wanted to make azul plural? Just like we had to make short plural to make it go with niños. What if you wanted to say blue shoes? Zapatos? Zapatos azules? That doesn't sound like Spanish. If you have an adjective that ends in a consonant and you want to make it plural, you say azules. You put an es on the end. In English, when we pluralize things, we just throw an S on. In Spanish, if it already has a consonant on the end, you put on an ES. So it should be zapatos azules. Remember, noun first, then adjective, and then because it's plural, zapatos, you have to have a plural adjective, azules. Now, this is a little weird because we don't do this in English. And so your brain is probably going, woo, 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 I don't understand this. But just forget what you know about English for a while and practice this. And eventually it will just become second nature. And then if you hear something that's wrong, that doesn't match, it will be like, oh my gosh, that doesn't match. I know it doesn't match. Because your ear will be so used to hearing things go together if you just practice this. So remember, let's draw a chart out now that we've had all of these examples. Your nouns are either masculine or feminine and singular or plural. and so are your adjectives, your describing words. So you figure out which box a noun would go in, and then you choose an adjective that would go in that box too. So if your noun is feminine and singular, niña, you're going to choose a feminine singular adjective to go with it. Baja. Niña, baja. And your noun goes first. So it's going to take a lot of practice to get your brain to do this. But once you have, you will be speaking Spanish like a native speaker because they do this automatically, and you can too with a lot of practice. So work really hard on this week, memorize your vocabulario, and I will see you for the next chapter. Adios.